At the edge of a green valley, where clouds brushed the mountain tops, lived a little girl named Lina. Her home was small, one room of stone, one tiny window, one soft, glowing smile, and a heart big enough to hold all the kindness in the world. She lived with her father, who gathered herbs from the hills and came home each evening smelling of rain and wild thyme. Their dinners were simple: a bowl of soup, a slice of bread, and laughter that filled their home with light. Lina was kind. She fed crumbs to sparrows, helped her neighbors, and whispered thank you to the sky each day. But sometimes, when she saw other children, their ribbons bright, their baskets full of sweets, a quiet ache stirred in her heart. One evening, as her father hummed beside the fire, Lina gazed out the window and whispered softly, "Papa, do you think we'll ever have more?" He smiled gently. "Maybe we already do, my little princess. Maybe we just forget to see it." Lina smiled, but her eyes lingered on the darkening sky, where the first drops of rain began to fall like tiny silver wishes, carrying the scent of wet earth. Lina sat by the fire, listening to the steady rhythm of rain, soft and steady, like the heartbeat of the valley itself. In that stillness, a thought fluttered out of her heart. "If I ever met a fairy," she whispered, "I'd ask for just a little more. Just a little." As if the heavens had heard her whisper and smiled, the air began to shimmer. Raindrops hung in midair like glowing beads, and a silver light slowly filled the room. A playful voice drifted through the glow. "Did someone make a wish?" Lina turned, and from the shimmer stepped a fairy, her wings spun from moonlight and mist. She smiled softly and said, "Wishes are like seeds. They bloom or fade, depending on the heart that plants them. Tonight," she continued gently, "you may choose one gift, but only one." The fairy lifted her hand, and the silver light in the room began to change. It shimmered, then swirled, transforming into 3 glowing shapes that floated before Lina like stars brought to earth. The first shimmered gold. "The gift of gold," said the fairy. "You'll never hunger or worry again, but its warmth fades when shared." The second glowed blue, soft as moonlit water. "The gift of beauty," said the fairy. "It makes others adore you. But love, learned from mirrors, fades with time." The third pulsed softly, with rose light, glowing like the heart of a sunrise. "And this," the fairy whispered, "is the gift of kindness. It won't fill your hands, but it will fill hearts, and it never fades." The fire crackled once, like a quiet heartbeat. Lina gazed at the gifts, the gold gleaming bright, the blue shimmering cool, the rose light glowing patiently. "They're all beautiful," she whispered softly. "But how do I know which is right for me?" The fairy smiled gently. "Listen to what your heart feels calm around," she said. Sometimes the loudest glow hides the smallest truth. For a long moment, Lina was still. The 3 gifts shimmered before her, gold, blue, and rose, like tiny worlds waiting to be born. She thought of her father's hands stirring soup, of the sparrows at her window, and the laughter that filled their small stone home. Her hand stopped trembling. She smiled, a soft, knowing smile. "I choose the gift of kindness." The moment her fingers touched the rose light, it blossomed through the room, gentle and endless, like a sunrise unfolding from her heart. The gold and blue melted away, their brilliance fading into mist. Only the rose glow remained, soft and alive, wrapping Lina and the fairy in a quiet warmth. "You chose not what dazzles," the fairy whispered, "but what endures. Now your heart will never be empty." Her words lingered like a melody made of light. The light rose higher, drifting through the chimney into the night, scattering into 1,000 silver drops. Lina stood alone in the warm hush of the cottage, her heart glowing softly beneath her hand. Outside, the rain felt softer now, sweet and full of light. Morning crept gently over the valley, wrapping the world in soft gold. The rain had stopped, leaving the leaves jeweled with dew. Lina awoke, her heart still warm, a secret light glowing within. She helped, she shared, she smiled. And with each kindness, the air seemed to shimmer, as if the fairy's gift still danced beside her. The villagers soon whispered, "When that girl smiles, the day feels lighter. She is the princess of kindness." And so the fairy's gift lived on, not in treasure nor beauty, but in every gentle act that made another heart feel warm. Because sometimes magic doesn't arrive with thunder or gold. Sometimes it arrives in a smile, shared at the right moment. Thank you for visiting our little story world, where kindness always wins. Until next time, keep a kind heart and keep catching stories.